Welcome to Extra Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And guess what? We are auctioning off Tofu and Schnitz.
Our storied 80s hatchbacks that traversed the desert, got us through.
Yep. They took a bit of a beating, but we've cleaned them up as best we can, and they're fully functioning, rust-free, ready to go. They're live right now on Cars and Bids. We didn't actually know what we were going to do with them. You know, I didn't think I was going to I was never going to snell Schnitz. I was never going to sell Schnitz, but then I needed garage space.
Gonna let you cook for a minute there.
This is his new word, by the way. He doesn't fully understand how to use the word cook colloquially, so he keeps throwing it in when it doesn't actually belong.
Is that the same as when The Rock could smell what was cooking?
No one knows, because, yeah.
He was ahead of his time,
Yeah,
but also not real.
Anyway, Doug DeMiro rang us up and he said, boys, you haven't sold your hatchbacks yet. Why don't you just list them on Cars and Bids? And we're like, you know what, that's probably a good idea. This is a no reserve auction.
Someone is taking these home.
Someone is taking one of the, well, you can take both of them if you want.
Tofu is worth 3 times more, just if you needed buying advice.
Yeah, it probably actually, no, sorry. It cost 3 times more.
Correct.
But Schnitz is endearing and lovable, plucky. It's a great little hatchback.
You could buy both. But this video being out now means they are officially live.
Yes, they're officially live for sale, so you can go bid right now. The auction will not be ending the day that this goes out, but it'll probably, however many days it takes for the auction.
Yeah.
To go, whatever
it's
that
like
is.
a week.
Or something like that.
In a week.
But we will be watching the auctions closely. And all the information is in the actual listing about the cars, tons of photos, and probably a link to the video, so you know, you can see what they actually went through.
So we took to Cars and Bids because we were
Yes.
like, all right, how's this going to get valued? What's going to happen to our bibbies? And we found some
interesting cars, actually. So what we did was we gave ourselves a challenge. Who we thought got the coolest car. The coolest car?
Yeah, the one that has like if someone rolled up,
You're
be
like,
like,
whoa!
Oh,
Right, at each price category.
how much?
Yeah, exactly. 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000, and
100,000 and 250,000.
and 250,000. So at each of those categories, James and I have each found the car. We don't know what the other person's cars are.
No.
But we went through every single, there's like 290 pages of sold.
No, it was like 500 pages.
Sorry, it was like 500 and something
it was a
pages
lot.
of completed auctions on Cars and Bids.
And a lot more weighted towards the more affordable end, which made it so difficult.
Yes, yeah, there was a lot in the 5,000 cars. Like so many cool cars, but we each picked cars that we thought were like, you roll up one of those cars and someone's like, you got that for $5,000? That was our goal. All right, you ready? Who's gonna go first?
I've got yours here. I have it there as links, so I'm going to click them.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah, okay, bring mine up. Yeah, okay.
Okay, you went for, in the $5,000 category,
You ready for this?
a 1985 Saab 900S.
Look how cool that car is. I know, don't chuckle. You can't laugh.
An 80s Saab.
It's so awesome. This is like when Saab was Saab. GM didn't own them at this point. This is as pure Saab as you can get. Everything is weird.
2-liter inline 4.
Yeah.
Front-wheel drive manual. This is in rose quartz metallic.
See, Saab cared about a few things. They cared about safety. They cared about usability in the winter, which is why they stuck to front-wheel drive, because there's weight over that front axle, so you could kind of crawl your way through. And look how cool the interior is.
132,000 miles.
Look how cool the interior is. It's like red velvet upholstery.
That is not velvet. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, velvet. How awesome. Oh, hello. Hi.
That's a weird fight. Oh, there's a little bit of crack in the
That's
in the
okay,
dash
that's
there.
okay. It's just a minor crack.
It's quite a significant crack.
It's a pretty big crack.
You know what though, $5,000? Oh, there's multiple cracks.
Yeah, the cracks go through the dash entirely. But
Yeah.
how cool is this car though? Seriously. It looks like it's in great
certainly
shape.
an interesting buy. Yeah, there's not much rust.
Yeah. Come on, if you...
It's the dog with us right now.
There is a dog with us, yes.
Okay, that's a cool option. That's Thomas's $5,000 option.
That's my $5,000, okay.
I've put in a few here that I eschewed.
All right, what is this?
For $5,000, you could have got a 1986 Pontiac Fiero. It was from the Fieri video from the Car Bros YouTube channel. It's basically an Enzo.
It's basically
For $5,000.
That's the most hideous thing I've ever seen.
Look at that.
I will say that if you roll up in that, someone's going to go, what is that?
It says V12 on the side. It's got a Ferrari badge. Except this time, Ferrari's not going to call you and sue you. They might. $5 grand.
Look at the engine.
But I didn't do that. Yeah. Fuel injection.
The fake leads.
But I didn't do that. And I didn't do.
Oh, this wasn't the one you picked.
No, and I didn't do a Suzuki X90 either.
Those are fun.
Because there are people who do great Safari builds on those.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite
Okay,
cool.
so sorry, what was your $5,000 car? I thought that was it.
I chose, based on the enjoyment we had with it,
Okay.
a Mazda RX-8.
That's boring.
Clean, 6-speed manual. It's got a rotary.
I like your first choice better.
You chose a Saab, mate.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Look at those seats.
I'm interesting because I drive a Saab now. Those are great seats.
$5 grand for these.
Cool looking gauge cluster.
Yeah, that's my $5 grand pick, RX-8.
That actually is that's pretty good. I mean,
Suicide doors.
Yeah, suicide engine too.
Well, if I had a Saab
Really
900S.
kill itself at any moment.
Okay,
the
$10,000.
$10,000 price category.
You went with a sporty shorty.
I found a sporty shorty
740i
for
E30.
that much money. So that's got
10 grand.
the E39.
That seems like a lot of money.
No. It's the shorty sporty. It's got the sport package. So it's got the sport seats. It's got the M Sport wheels. It's got a different gauge cluster.
Right.
Right. Different suspension.
$9,500. Yeah, it's a lot of car. No
That's
question, it's a lot of
car.
car. The E38s are cheap.
That's basically a sports car. Like that's as good as the current 3 Series in terms of handling.
Yeah.
It's an interesting engine. You straight pipe that thing, it would scream. It's in great shape too. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is a good buy.
That's a good buy for that amount. Yeah.
Okay, then we've got.
All right. What do you got?
So here's what I didn't do.
But by the way,
You've got another one here.
for each of these categories. Yeah, this is my backup. Previous gen Toyota Century.
Nice.
You roll up in that, and I'd see the wheels killed it for me.
I think that's the GZ.
It was only bid to 9,500. It didn't actually
it
sell,
didn't
so I
sell.
couldn't do it.
This is a G40. So this is a V8. This is not a V12.
By the way, you guys, for each category, you guys go in the comments and tell which one of us bought the cooler car for the, or would have bought the cooler car for the price.
So, but 740 was your choice.
740, 100% my choice.
Okay,
for
here's
the
what I
10,000
didn't
category
do.
of all the
For
cars in
10
cars.
grand, I did not choose a Subaru Samba fire
I didn't
truck.
even see this.
It's so cool. The little K truck fire trucks.
That is actually extremely awesome.
But I didn't do that one.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
And I didn't do a 1989 Bentley Turbo R.
Because did it sell?
Yes, it did.
It sold for 10,000.
10,500. Oh, by the way, that's the rule we have. We can go 10% either side.
Yeah, so
On price.
about 10%. So that's a lot of car.
A lot of cars.
That's a lot of expensive repairs.
Exactly. And I didn't choose that. So what I did do was
this
I
a boring-
found.
did you do a boring
I
choice
found a
again?
1997
Oh my
V12
God.
Toyota Century that sold for $10,000. It is the leathered package. It
That's
is
okay.
high mileaged.
That's okay. It's a Toyota V12. It's the most understressed engine on earth.
Yeah.
That is...
Still has the pass-through seats.
Oh, you win.
Still has the
No,
gear.
You win.
Has it got? Is it a column-mounted shift? Oh,
There's some cracks in the seats. Ooh,
yeah,
we didn't see those,
10
did you?
grand though. It's 10 grand. Yes, I did. I saw them. I'm fine with it. We got the.
All the details are in the listing. You could have looked through before you made your final choice here. Sorry.
It's
Too late
the.
now. You have
It's the.
cracked seats in
It hasn't got the
Toyota
column shifter.
You wouldn't care if I ground a gummy bear into those seats.
No, I wouldn't. Well, you wouldn't be able to because they'd be leather. But then they crack. That's the whole point of. That's why the wall. Look at that.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and also because it has the console shifter, it's lost the compartment that opens.
Wait, what shifter does yours have?
I have a column shifter.
Oh, is this earlier or later than yours?
This is earlier, but either way, you could still. It was just an option. It was just an option.
That is a hell of a lot of car for 10 grand.
Yes.
That is extremely
And therefore,
cool.
you can place your vote. James wins the 10 grand category.
That's not a vote. That was
In
a
the
suggestion.
30 grand category, Thomas has gone for a 1995 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Not just any Toyota Land
30
Cruiser,
grand? This thing's 30 years old.
but it's been completely restored.
Right.
Like,
that
so there's
works.
like a zillion photos, obviously, in the auctions. So you went through, this car is pristine underneath. It's got an inline 6. It's got all the engine's been completely rebuilt. Like, look at the underbody. Look at the underbody. It's like brand new.
Right, so
So like if you ever
Restored
wanted,
and brand new,
if you
yeah.
ever wanted an 80 series Land Cruiser, which are insanely sought after,
it's got the 1FZ.
1FZ
Right.
right, inline 6. Not a lot of horsepower, but a very understressed engine. These things go for
Seats that
all
pop down.
eternity. Yeah. I also think the 80 series is just, it looks great. It's also already on big tires, so I don't have to do that. New wrapped steering wheel, new upholstered seats. Like, come on.
For 30 grand?
Right? Like, if you want to roll around in an 80 series, I think that's how I would do it. Instead of buying an old rusted one and constantly fighting with it, say, screw it, buy a pristine one just like that.
I get it. However, as far as roll up, well, you got it for what value? That looks less than 30 grand to me.
Yeah, but I would just pass out mirrors so they can look underneath the car. Or you come up with mirrors. It's like you pass out the mirrors and they can
Isn't that
look.
weird guy over there who has mirrors?
Yeah.
All right, here's what I didn't do for 30 grand. I didn't get a low mileage S2000 that's super clean.
Okay.
I didn't do
Okay. I love this. I didn't do
a 2002 Smart Crossblade.
That's ridiculous.
Look at that steering wheel.
Oh,
There's nothing going on in
that's
there.
brutal. I don't like that at all.
I didn't do a first year Giulia Quadrifoglio.
For how much?
30 grand. 28,000 it got bid to.
Oh, bid to.
Yeah, which
It
is why
didn't
that's
sold.
why I didn't
It
choose
didn't
it.
sold. You didn't choose it.
It didn't
That's
sold.
why.
It didn't sold.
It didn't sold.
It didn't sold.
Yes.
Unlike tofu and schnitz, no reserve. Go bid now.
They will sold.
What I did do for 30 grand, based on our recent
Here we go.
experience,
Close your eyes.
I got a
And
very clean Series 1 Toyota engined. Save that.
nice save.
Lotus
That's
Elise.
called landing on your feet. Right?
Lotus Elise.
No, that's
S1.
24,000 miles.
Look how clean this is. Look at the interior.
It's right-hand drive. It's right-hand drive.
I didn't notice that.
Good luck with insurance. Have fun here. We
Yeah.
discovered that's hard.
Actually, hold on. How old is it? 99. I can insure it with Haggerty.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Has to
here.
be 25 years.
If it's right-hand drive.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I got screwed on my Century because
Yeah, you did.
the only way to get cheap insurance is Haggerty, and it was 25 years or older for right-hand drive, and my Century was like 17 years old when I bought it. So I have a few more years to
In a
wait.
few more years. Than
This Lotus Elise, however, right-hand drive, over 25 years old.
I bet you that drives just brilliantly, doesn't it? Wait, which end? Does this have the K-Series Rover engine in it?
Rover inline four,
interesting. So I've never driven one with that engine.
118 horsepower. So that's significantly less powerful than the one we drove.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Thomas won this round. Okay.
I'm just saying, it doesn't have the...
In the 50 grand. Thomas went for $50,000 US a Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution.
Now, come on.
They're 50 grand though.
They are so much money. Remember how much the one was that we tested here in Canadian dollars?
You had
It was
this is
68,
automatic
it was
as well,
like
okay.
70 or 80? Yeah.
Yeah, it's upsettingly cool.
It is one of
Recaro
the coolest little
seats.
cars. Yeah, that's a full homologation Dakar rally car that you can drive on the road. It's like
That toolkit in the door.
that is a full
Did you notice that when you
complete
did it?
toolkit. No, I didn't. I didn't actually see that in the photos, but that's awesome. Like, but come on. Like,
We
it's-
slaved over this.
It's pristine underneath.
Oh, it's
Right?
a Japanese import.
Yep, they didn't.
Does it have to be?
Of course,
Has to be.
yeah, it has to be. Oh, they're
that's
doing
a-
paint thicknesses all the way around. in
That's
the option.
a Renault Spider behind that.
Let's talk about my Pajero Evolution, okay?
This is yours.
Isn't that just such a cool car? Like, look at the stance. Those fender flares on the back.
No question. I'm
and
very
that rear
jealous that you
wing.
got to film that. I've still not been in one.
Yeah, no, they're extremely
You
cool.
did a video on that.
I did do a video on that, and I really liked it.
So you're coming at this from an educated, experienced standpoint.
Yes. Is the car that you chose not that?
I can't remember. Oh, you didn't go for a 2013 Continental Flying Spur.
Yeah,
Speed.
so I found a 2013 kind of like bid to
bid to
53,
53.
didn't sell, but like how that's such a nice car.
Can't buy a $50,000 Bentley. That's got to be the scariest priced Bentley range because you're still paying for.
You're still paying a lot of money, and it will probably still be extremely expensive to maintain.
Okay, I didn't go for 50 grand for a DB9 Volante, which was a hard thing to skip. But
That's got the V12, right?
yes, and
Yeah.
it's so talking about curb value, roll up 50 grand. It's Aston Martin.
50 grand, you roll up in an Aston Martin.
And
Why
I know-
didn't
I-
you get that? Because that is very cool.
Well, it makes you wonder. All right, I didn't go for an F80.
convertible.
I didn't go for an F80 M3 competition, which, by the way, I think is becoming very desirable with time.
The F80?
Yeah.
Is it because the new one exists?
No, I think
Was
the
it
new,
with time, or was it immediately
no,
upon
the
the
new one.
release of the photos?
The
of
new
the
one is
generation?
good. The new one is very good.
It was a great car.
But
Yeah.
this seems to
Doesn't
me
that look good? Look at the front
it's
end.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Actually, the competition wheels kind of. I didn't like them when they came out, but that looks pretty good
It's
right
in
now.
Sakia orange metallic.
These cars are wild. They
It's a wild
are.
car.
Is this a manual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. It's not.
Oh, is it auto? That's a very.
Which is why I didn't go for that.
right, of course.
What I
yeah.
did do was I went for a 2018 Camaro ZL1.
Is it a ZL11 Elite?
Yes, it is. It's got all the stuff.
I still think I win this.
And it's a manual. A manual 1LE ZL1 is one of the most insane cars you can buy. And
It
it's
is.
50 grand. And it's so, the performance is crazy.
Wait, that's still that has held its value pretty well.
This one's only done 22,000 miles.
Okay.
and it's hopefully never seen a track. This one with the optional extreme track package, hopefully never seen a track. Does it say that?
What does Doug say? What does Doug say about it?
Oh, he does a take?
We got Doug's take.
All right. The Chevy Camaro ZL1 is an amazing sports car that offers a powerful supercharged V8 and great handling, especially when equipped with the extreme track package like this one. This particular ZL1 is especially exciting thanks to some great performance modifications, like American racing headers, an AFV, how you say that?
Yep.
Power air intake system, and an engine tune that increases its output to 694 wheel horsepower. It also boasts a 6-speed manual, heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel. On top of it, benefits from low mileage, dry climate, California ownership, accident-free car report, and it's never seen a track. He didn't say that.
He did. James, I remember distinctly you driving the stock version of this in a drag race, and there was a look on your face that I'm sure we could dig up and put a screenshot of right here. And you want to get a more powerful, louder version one?
I'm more experienced now.
You're more experienced now.
I remember when we drove in California, it was like
just when you spun out in the intersection,
but like slowly. It was like 3 degrees Celsius.
It was on the stock tire, and they were very cold. And we were just going around a roundabout.
And I just turned, and the whole car carried on.
Just swapped it slowly.
Love that car.
He's like, okay. All
right, cast your vote for the 50 grand option. Thomas's Mitsubishi Pajero or a Camaro ZL1.
Okay.
Am I right, Americans? In the $100,000 category, Thomas did not go.
Check this thing out.
For an Ultima GTR.
No, I did go. That's my...
He did go. Why did you put it first then?
There's only one.
Yeah, there's 3 you put 3 things in this price category.
Oh, I did. Sorry, this is my top pick. You did it in the wrong direction.
No, you do start with the runners up.
You can look at my...
All right, well, let's just do a top pick first now because we've given it away.
Yeah.
The Ultima GTR.
So this thing's crazy. Do you know anything about this?
I've forgotten. What my research that I did a year ago, I've now forgotten.
Right, so tubular frame
street
chassis.
legal race car.
Street legal, well, it's been made street legal.
Right.
Tubular frame chassis race car, right? I think that you can either buy them built or you can do a kit car style and build it yourself. It has a friggin' supercharged American V8 in it, right? This is basically like a mini Le Mans car you can drive on the road. 5-speed manual.
Which 7-liter V8 is it? Is it the one from the C606? That's just the only 7-liter V8.
Does it say the actual engine code?
Someone in the comments will know. But I see a 7-liter V8, and that is the same numbers as the C6.
Either way, it's a supercharged version.
Yeah, from 2005. It's the right era.
Either way, an absurd amount of power. I believe these have the power to weight ratio of a Bugatti Veyron. Okay, and the interior in this one has been custom done in leather with air conditioning.
I'm not sure about that wood.
Yeah, well, they were trying to evoke a vessel from the open seas from 1898, I think. None of it makes any sense. It's absolutely hilarious. But this would be probably, if you're looking for a driving experience, that would just drive like a race car. It'd be terrifying. Look at the freaking engine.
There is one of these in Ontario that we've been offered to try.
We should probably try and drive one of these.
It's got a Whipple supercharger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And so you didn't go for a 1994 Lancia Delta Integrale, Evo 2.
That was tempting. It's also in white, so you can do whatever livery you want, right? You
Right.
do a little livery for fun. But like, come on, look at the gauge cluster. Just take one quick.
I know you have this as a T-shirt.
It's got to be the coolest gauge cluster in the world.
Yeah, it's manual. This is cooler than the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. As far as
but I've got both now because that was in the previous category.
No, but you didn't pick this one.
But because I want the crazy.
And you didn't go for a DBS coupe. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't because now I just laid my eyes on this again. Because it was bid 2. Oh, that's right. That's why. Yeah, bid 2.
Otherwise, this would have been your pick.
This is it. This is the Casino Royale car. This is the one that you put Mr. White in the back and then you get chased by baddies in Quantum of Solace and you get the door shot off and it's just the coolest friggin' thing in the world.
6-speed, V12.
I love it so much.
Look at that.
Look at the luggage you get in the back of it.
That's awesome. But bid 2, so it has to be sold for this to count.
Sold, yes. That's why I didn't choose it.
So your choice. And then, oh my God, I went through a few here. Okay, I didn't go for an E63S wagon, even though...
Because that's way too much for an E63S wagon.
What are you talking about? $90,000.
That's way too much. It doesn't even have the AMG grille on it.
Because it's the previous year.
Exactly.
It's an amazing car.
It is an amazing car.
I didn't go
I agree.
for a Maybach 62. Even though that would be so awesome.
If you roll up in that, right, that's almost got as much like oh my God factor as the Century.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Probably more. And if you look at the interior, look at that. All right. Look at that.
What?
Look at that in the roof.
What is that?
That looks like one of those Japanese doors.
It looks like a Japanese door. Yeah. Look at the tables that fold out. My good God.
I didn't go for that. It makes me wonder why I did go for
Why you don't remember what you went for?
I didn't go for a 2016 Cayman GT4.
Because that's just a boring choice.
It's a boring choice. It's an amazing
That's
car,
why.
but for the sake of this exercise, it's boring.
just a boring choice.
I didn't do a 2002 911 GT2.
That is less boring, but also
Yeah.
very good.
I also didn't do the 997 Turbo S, which I think
That's somehow the most boring of the three.
it is, but it's aging so beautifully.
No, it looks great. It looks great. But again, you roll up in a silver, non-most recent Turbo S, and everyone goes like, "Yeah, I know. You probably spent a lot of money on that anyway." And they look onto the to my cool little supercar thing, right?
My only upset is that it doesn't have the Turbo S wheels
Oh,
that I associate with this car.
okay.
I did.
What did you get?
A manual swapped Audi R8 GT Spider,
Why a manual swapped?
because these came in only automatic.
Oh, that's not the first. Oh,
This is the end of the first gen V10,
Interesting.
and it only came in at, I think it was a single clutch automatic, and this has been manually converted, so it has all the best stuff that makes it the R8 GT.
Right.
For some reason, this doesn't have the GT wheels, which is very upsetting because those are awesome. But it has
So
this,
it's got the GT wing and all the extra
Yeah.
stuff, but
and it's a manual V10
That's
convertible.
actually extremely cool. But again, it's only cool if people hear the clack as you roll up. So you have to like
That clacks.
you have to like enthusiastically shift
What do you mean?
loudly.
What
with
if
the
they hear a
windows down.
V10?
Well, they'll just go like, cool, it's any other R8, whatever. But then you have to clack your way. Then you have to go, wait a second, this guy is an interesting human being because something's different here. That car didn't come with a manual, but he must have installed it. That makes him
And as a result,
the most interesting man in the
it's
world.
quite discounted, I think. 100 grand.
100 grand that's a lot of cars.
If the R8 GT
Yeah.
came in manual and it had 30,000 miles on it, it'd probably be high hundreds.
Yeah.
But for 100 grand, you get that. That's not even an old car.
No.
And it doesn't have the interior of the boat like your weird thing did.
Whatever.
It's got carbon fiber,
Sorry.
son.
Oh, sorry. I have a supercharged V8.
They didn't steal from the Titanic.
The body of mine weighs as much as one of those wheels.
Yeah, fair. All right, and then we've got the 250.
Only one of us gets to die in a fiery crash, okay? And that would be me. From this.
All right, what would you pick? Ultima or R8 GT Spider, or for a similar price, Tofu?
Schnitz.
We'll see. No, it's just not going to go for 100 grand, mate. Tofu's got 100 grand.
You think
Tofu's got 100 grand written
100 grand?
all over it.
Okay.
I will write 100 grand all over it to make that statement true. Okay.
The only thing you wrote on it was something in Japanese, I think.
I can't remember what it was, though. For 250 grand, Thomas went with
You ready for this?
a 2018 Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Come on. Come on. If we're talking about you roll up in blank and people go blank, this is what you want to be in.
There is nothing...
There is nothing that commands presence
The
like a
house
Phantom.
they took these photos in front of.
Of course he did.
Interesting spec.
The thing about the
Two-tone.
Phantom is that if you've never seen a Phantom in real life, you're not really prepared for how big they are. Mm-hmm. Like that is as long as like a dually F350. Like they're absolutely huge vehicles.
Yeah, you see a ghost and you're like, is that a Phantom? And then a Phantom rolls up and you're like,
Like that's the Phantom. Yeah, look at the interior too.
let's have a look what's going on inside. Oh, it's very
Right?
orange.
Some orange, but it's like a subtle brownie orange.
Starry
Got
Night.
the Starry Night.
The thing that makes the Starry Night is that the guys that make it are like bees. They die the moment they finish making it. Like when a bee stings.
Oh, are we doing fake Rolls Royce facts?
Yes. Every star you see in the
Yeah.
roof liner of a roof is a dead person.
Did you know that the actual color that they use is from orange peels, but they have to? It's about 75,000 oranges per seat,
Right.
right? And it's extremely expensive.
And
but
they also
nothing-
get killed.
They all they get killed at the end. Yeah.
All right, so you went with the Phantom and you didn't go for a 1991 Diablo.
I feel like I should have gone with this.
Yeah, this is obviously the choice.
But the Phantom is so nice. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Here's the thing is
fair.
that between the two of them, I looked at both of them and I was like, that probably is more like wow. But then I pictured what it would be like to drive to the car meet in that. And then I pictured what it would be like to drive to the car meet in the Phantom. And I just opted for comfort.
And also, you know what? I'm just
Gotta
gonna before I get to mine, I'm
brutal.
gonna go through your garage. You have a 1985 Saab 900S.
Yeah.
You've got a 740i Sporty Shorty that you can just roll
Already
around
amazing.
in.
Yeah.
You've got a Land Cruiser for off-roading.
Yep.
You've got a Pajero Evolution
For Bahaing.
for bar hiring.
Yep.
Ultima GR for crazy driving, and then
Yep.
a Phantom for comfort. Without even trying, you've formed an amazing garage. here.
Yes, you see? I know what I'm doing here.
What have I got? I got an RX-8.
Okay, sports cards, okay.
Sports,
Yeah.
Century for rolling up.
Yeah.
10 grand.
That's great. That's a great car.
Lotus Elise for just sporty thrills.
Okay.
ZL1 Coupe for crazy performance.
Okay, you got a lot of performance so far.
R8 GT Spider.
That's a lot of performance as well, yeah.
So I went for the Diablo Coupe.
Did you do the Diablo?
All right, here's what I didn't do. I didn't do a Huracan Performante because it was too similar to the R8. In fact, that's not true because I wasn't doing a garage at the time. I just didn't do it, even though it's so cool. And I think this is going to age beautifully. This is going to be one of the legendary Huracans as time goes on.
Yeah, it will.
Because all-wheel drive,
Yep.
crazy power.
Yeah.
I know they've come out with some serious stuff since.
Wait, the Performante, isn't it rear-wheel drive?
No, Performance all-wheel drive. That's why it was so, like...
Oh.
It was confident versus like the other cars. But now there's the Technica and the STA. I guess those are rear-wheel drive. But yeah, all-wheel drive. Got those Italian stripes.
No, it's very cool. Very loud.
Then I didn't go because I couldn't. It didn't sell. Otherwise, this would have been a choice. My C8 Spiker Spider.
That would be an interesting one. Yeah.
I mean, talk about a boat. Look at that steering wheel. That is. If Jack Sparrow was alive today, he would commandeer this.
He would for sure.
And you would remember him.
Remember the day that you almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't do this, and I wanted to find a. This was the car I was looking for in this price range, but the only one they had was this spec, and it's not my favorite spec. However, an SLS.
I saw this there. I saw this on the list.
Beautiful. This is one's modified with a design. I don't know. I don't think you needed to modify it at all. As you said, the silver.
I will say that on all the Karston bids auctions, like Doug's very much catered it towards like affordable enthusiast cars, right? Because like in this price category, there was not that many things. But if you go into the 5 to like 20,000 category, the number of cars sold is crazy.
And that is exactly where Schnitz will probably live.
But
not Tofu.
Well, Tofu is probably also going to be there. I'm just saying.
So no. I went for the Diablo Coupe because that is the right choice.
So you're in your garage that we didn't decide that we were doing until this very moment. You're a very uncomfortable man.
Toyota Century.
Damn it. That kind of just, no matter what you say, you can have 50 sports cars in a Toyota Century, and
that's the plan.
And
that is the ultimate goal.
No, that's not a bad strategy. But I can go over speed bumps because I have off-road cars.
I will do a safari build Toyota Century.
You're gonna safari build.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You should safari build the Diablo here. No one's done that.
That would be a disgraceful thing to do. Okay, cool. So those are our choices in those categories.
Anyway, the big news is that Tofu and Schnitz are for sale, and Schnitz is going to sell for more than Tofu.
That would be a horrendous scenario.
Like financially for both of us.
Like terrible.
It'd be ruinous. But yeah, feel free to go check out the auctions. Maybe place a bid. The cars are currently in Canada, but obviously
ships. I don't want to say it ships anywhere, but it's easy to sell it to the US.
We for sure we can get a car to the US.
Their story is in the US.
That's the most interesting thing both of those cars did was in the southwestern United States.
And you talk about you need an off-roader. They did anything a Mitsubishi Bacheri Evolution could do.
That's actually true. Like
anything.
Like Tofu with less ground clearance than I think any car you picked here. Did like actual genuine off-roading. Thank God for the skid plate. Where is the skid plate, by the way?
I have it.
Okay.
And I will include it in the auction.
Okay.
Separately, and
he'll sign it.
We've got some signed fun stuff as well. I've got some A86 replica toy things.
Yeah, they're going to be in the auction.
Yeah. And 30 days free OnlyFans for Thomasism.